Like rainstorm?
Yes, rainstorm, wind is moving sharply, there's sound, rain, everything is mixed at the same time.
Oh, so hopefully you can keep your signal, right?
Yes, we have special internet, which is, I think it's like under the ground and it's like a glass. It's not regular internet, it's the best, it's something very, very special.
Ah, good. So
Eh,
you're a little bit better off than when storms come off, I guess.
Yes, yes, there is an advantage, yes.
Excellent.
And how it is
Excellent.
today, Jeff, in Minnesota? Excuse me.
It it's we're in a kind of a cold dip right now, but it's calm and right now it's sunny, but it was like only 8 degrees above zero when I got up, and it's going to be tomorrow morning only zero when I get up Fahrenheit. So things are frozen solid yet. The lakes are frozen solid, and the geese that are appearing have to be very patient and stand there by frozen water. So the
In
spring thaw won't be for maybe next week. It'll start to get to where things thaw, but it takes quite a while for the lakes to open up.
when their lakes are frozen, the birds are visiting, or they're waiting that the lakes will defrost.
Yeah, like the in March, the Canadian geese typically are migrating from the south and coming north again, where they'll have babies and raise all their, spend their time on these lakes, and they'll get up into Canada too and stuff. But every year you'll see them standing by frozen water, in the reeds and stuff, and then a little bit of water will start to open up near the shore a little bit, get into it, and they just patiently wait for things to thaw out. Sometimes I feel sorry for them in the early spring, but they've been doing that for a long, long time.
This is interesting, Jeff, because yesterday I saw the geese returning to Europe. I
You
saw,
did.
yes, I saw them like flying north to Europe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And they'll probably be greeted with frozen water, but they
Yeah.
know by the strength of the sun and everything. I
Yeah.
guess Feinreb has talked about animals having a a guidance that we can't see, so
That's
that's
true.
interesting too.
Yes, that's true. Thank you, Jeff, and good morning, Jill. Hope you can hear us, Jill. And good morning, good afternoon, Victoria on YouTube. We are very happy that you're here.
Yeah, good morning, Jill and Victoria.
Good morning. Good evening, Nati.
How are you today, Jill?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. There's a storm, but it's okay. All in all, it's
Oh,
fine.
that's good.
And here is
I'm trying.
Fernand. Yes, Jill?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out my phone. I'm having issues with my phone this morning.
Okay, take your time. Take your time. And Fernando is here. Good morning.
Hello, Eddie. Good evening. Good evening, Jeff, you, Victoria. Good to hear you all.
Good
I'm
morning.
listening.
Yes, Fernando?
Just greetings to all. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you
I'm
so much.
listening to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
and Rodrigo is here. Good morning, Rodrigo.
Hello, Etty. Good morning. Very happy to be here.
We are too, Rodrigo. We are too. So let's pop into the whiteboard. I think it streams already on YouTube. And since we spoke yesterday about the word ad, which means eternity and also until, also it has a numeral value. A new verse from Song of Songs came to me that I would like to discuss with you. But since it is the beginning, everybody can choose whatever he would like to start with. There's a verse from Song of Songs here. Yes, let's get it closer. I hope that YouTube gets the stream. Yes, I see that YouTube gets it. And there's a song. There's like a vase or a vessel or of perfume on the right, and there's a tower of how do you say, spices or perfume on the left. Who would like to start, and with what? Jeff, Rodrigo, Victoria, Jill, Fernando, what would you like to start with?
I don't mind the text.
Okay, so let's focus on the text here. Yes. Do you see the words clearly? I mean, do you get it in the right size?
I can see it.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Can you read it, please?
Want me to?
Yes.
While the king sat at his table, my spikenard sent forth its fragrance.
Yes. What does this verse speak about in general? Who is the king?
Well, Solomon.
The king is Solomon.
What?
Yes. Who else
But
might it? Yes.
you said a few days ago that when the Bible say the king, it refers to God.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's correct. Yes. When we see the word the king alone or by itself, this is God. And if we see another combination like King Ahasuerus or Hamelech Shlomo, the King Solomon, but it's open, everybody can take it as he wishes to. The thing is that I would like to discuss with you is the word add, because the English translated as while. Here is Felipe. Good morning, Felipe. We're very happy that you're here. 1 second, I'll move a pen. Here we see the word add. I make it a bit thinner because add means, as we said yesterday, it has two meanings. One of them is eternity, and the other one is until. This is when we translate it into English. But when we take it as numeral value, add, it means 74. Together, this is 74. And if we double it, because until, when we speak about, let's say, a line, and we say like A, let's say this is B, and this is C. So we say from A to B until B, let's say, let's give it a value of 6. And from B to or until 6, let's give it a value of 7. So until, in a way, it's mark the half of the way or part of the road. This is what I wanted to say. So until, and because it marks part of the way or part of the road, we double it in 2, and then we get 148. 148 is the value of echad, not value, but there is a connection because aleph is 1, daled is 4, and chet is 8. In this way. Also, this is the value of Pesach, Passover, skip the ends of time, and the value of bread and wine together. So add in this way is a very interesting crossing mentally. because also again bread and wine, everyone who sits at a table with bread and wine, the temporal or the manifested does not bother him. Do we understand this concept before we start?
Yes.
Good.
While he sits at the table with bread and wine, the temporal does not bother him.
Yes. Bread and wine as a structure, and I would like to open it. Bread and wine as a structure. Lechem, this is bread, has a value of 78. Yain, wine, has a structure of 70. And together, it's 148. Echad.
Very interesting.
He is one with the inner, with the realm of dreams, of the myth, of the Hebrew.
And therefore, the temporal does not upset or bother or disrupt the inner peace.
Yes, this is correct. Also, not Jill, Michelle asked a very good question during the night or the morning here. She said, how can I be sure that this is the right path? And I tried to explain her with words, and now I'll try to paint it what I explained her with words this morning. And I said, in a way, this is the diagonal. This is usually, we know it as the Vav that builds the Aleph, but this is in a way the veil. The manifested is here, the upper low left triangle. This is the manifested. The dream, sorry, I have to move to another color to make it dream. Second. The dream, the myth, and the Hebrew is on the upper right, like we say, pure vessels. Usually we experience reality here. And the word is being heard. The word is manifested. This is why the word is also feminine. Milah appears here. But to understand, and this is what I try to explain, Michelle, once we give the word numeral value, in this case this is 85, and 8 and 5 are existing here in the other realm, beyond space and time, as pure numbers, as virtues, as harmony, as music. So what happens is that whenever we want to understand a text inner and deeper, we move from the manifested word in Hebrew to the numeral value. Once we have the numeral value, we go to the realm of dreams, of Hebrew, and of the myth. And in a dream, everything is possible. In a dream, it's like a circle. There is no up and down. There is no causal or rational thinking. Everything is possible. So we can rearrange or build a relation. We can move between numbers. We can say that 8 is double 5, or 8 is plus 5, and so on. So we can create all kind of relation because we are walking in the dream, and in the dream everything is possible. Once we create a meaning, a structure, a beauty or harmony in the realm of dreams, we return and bring it here to discussion, to class. This is what Joseph did in Egypt.
Wow. That's fascinating.
So what do we do here in all our discussions in class? We speak, so to speak, or each and every one of us lives here in the manifested. By learning Hebrew, by learning the structure of the word, the value, how in a way bread 78 is also dream, lechem is also halom, the same. While we learn these accords, I used to call it not just chords, but accord, like on, you know, it plays 3 notes in piano. We learn the structure, we can move from the manifested to the dream. In the dream, it's like a studio or a gallery of an artist. Everything is possible. There is no limitation of time and space. There's only virtue, qualities, harmonies between sounds, between colors, between numbers. Everything is possible. And this is our laboratory. This is our discussion. Our discussions are happening here. Here, everything is possible. We make sense of things, and then after class, everybody returns to his life. And we try to communicate after class on Discord, on Twitter, and every kind of communication to maintain this set. Otherwise, if we'll not keep the connection, we shall drown in time. This is just a bit to answer Michelle's question, and it helps me when people are asking questions, because also I can sort my thoughts and draw them, and we can discuss, and all of us can understand better what are we doing here.
Yeah. Well, I thought Michelle's question was excellent, and I appreciated the answer you brought to her question, but this explains it even better, what you're doing now. So I appreciate that too.
In a
Yeah,
way,
so you
yes.
call the upper side the laboratory, where you can work with the numbers and letters and bring it back in another structure, in a way, huh?
That will help us to understand, because sometimes we are in front of a locate. We see the words, but even people who read Hebrew, were born here, Hebrew is the first language, they open the Bible, they cannot read it. They read it mechanically in Hebrew, they don't have access. They don't have access. It doesn't mean anything to them. Also, sometimes it's not about the Bible. People go through life like empty, boxes of empty boxes of carton. They don't understand what is happening. Everything is shallow. Everything, they just move by. They drive their car. They move to vacation. Everything is mechanical. Is a flat rate, like. There's a flat screen, there's a flat reality, they say hello flat to someone and they continue. And there's like, in a way, there's no meaning.
Right. But this is helping us to see that everything has meaning. Even like, as Feinrib said, I really appreciated I'm just a few pages from the end of his Esther scroll writing, and he was talking about a card game, you know. The cards come out, and it's not an accident how they come out. And, you know, he was just saying it's not any less directed than politics, or, you know.
Of course.
He related how you can just enjoy life, every aspect, everything you do, but it's filled with connection. You see that the hand of God is in all that goes on, and then like when we do have these conversations, stuff does appear throughout the day that shows you none of it is accidental. It's so connected. And just for a little example, we were talking about the word zenith a lot because Weinrib has that in his writing, the word zenith.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were talking about that, even though we're relating to Hebrew words and structures, I couldn't help but think about that. At one time, our family had a TV called the Zenith. That's a kind of TV, Zenith.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't help but think about that. And then, I don't know, I was thinking about it just a little later in the day. Wonder if anybody got a Zenith TV. And a guy from our church posted on Facebook that he has fixed up a 1950s model Zenith TV, and he had a video of it playing a Superman show. And so you could actually watch an original Superman show on Facebook. And I mean, there's just, how do you think about that, about a TV, and then something like this appears? So it really is like a dream. I mean, I hadn't heard or thought about a Zenith TV for years and years. And the very day that we're talking about Zenith and some of the writings of Weinrib, same day, this guy I know post that he's fixed one. He's very clever at fixing old things, from 8-track tapes to everything old. He's good at it. But anyway, so that's just a small example. I mean, these things occur everywhere, all the time. Once your mind is open to what God is doing with people.
Thank you. Thank you. Felipe.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Felipe, Rodrigo, Fernando, Jill, would you like to say something, to ask before we move to open?
That's incredible. Hello, everybody.
Hello, good morning.
Just to say good morning, good evening, Eti. Just to say this story, this Jeff story is amazing, and for me, when that kind of thing happens, it's like a confirmation. I feel it like a confirmation of something, some path that we are, going through.
Yeah, it feels like you're on the right path.
Yeah, it's like when we sometimes we have what we call here a déjà vu. That it's like when you already lived some situation, you feel like you have been there. And for me, it is as well like a confirmation, because it was like we have dreamed this situation, and this dream is confirmed. It's really interesting to see this synchronicity of life, and it's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing this story, Jeff.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that's just a small example, and but what Eddie's saying here, you just I want her to say more of it, so I'm gonna keep my mouth quiet now.
Please feel free. I just would like us, yes? Who would like to speak?
I just want to bring another perspective about the text that we read, the Song of Songs, because the first words ad has the same letters of the word witness or something like that.
Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Ed, the same letters with a different pronunciation, ed, Ed means what? Witness. How do I spell witness, please? W-I?
E-T.
W-I-E-T? Okay.
W-I-T-T.
W-I-T-T?
N-E-S-S.
Okay, thank you so much. Witness. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Rodrigo. What about the witness? This is very good. Continue.
No, now it's your part, Chetty. I just try to connect how we can see this, and I just remember that the word melech is an acrostic to more to the mind, to the left, to the heart, and to the people to the kavod, and just try to think about this and how this point of view could make any sense, the meaning of this, and I just try to and want to share with you, try to find out some meaning here.
Yes, yes. Until the king... Yes, yes, Fernando? Yes, please.
Just to add something, because like Rodrigo is saying, Melech, we can think as when a human being is a whole, it's integral, when he has harmony in his mind, in his heart, and in his liver.
Yes.
And I was looking at the next word that is Bimsbo in his table, right?
Yes.
And the gematria of Bimsbo, it's interesting because it's 110 plus the one is Aleph, so bringing again this idea of absolute unity in everything that Rodrigo is looking, and I was looking at the next word and thinking about the same idea.
Yes, excellent. Bimsibo is at his table. When he's sitting around the table, it gives us the value of 110 plus the 1, the sovereign. It's 111, like 3 lines of the Aleph. If we write 111 is like 3 lines. If we order them this way, this is Aleph. Also, when we spell the Aleph, with its full pronunciation, Aleph Lamed Fei, the value of the whole Aleph is 111. Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. When we take...
There's a value for the Lord some way or another, isn't there? With
again?
111.
Again, please.
Wasn't there a value for somehow with 111 that ties into the name of God somehow as well? Maybe not.
There is a way to take the 110 as 11, to put it in the power of 2, and then we get 121 plus 1 is 122, and when we rearrange the numbers here, this is interesting, we move here, this is here in this realm is 122. When we grant each number a value, let's say the 2 is Bet, the 1 is Aleph, and the 2 is Resh, because Resh is 200, but we take it as small value as 2, so we come at Bara, create, or Be'er, which is a well. So the king at his table is creating but also he's like a well that gives water. Depends on what course do we take. Fernando took at Pimsibo at his table as 110. Add the sovereign, the one, the Aleph, he got 111, which is the value of the letter Aleph when we write the letter Aleph in its pronunciation, in its feeling. This is one perspective, possibility. Another possibility, to take the 110, to put a zero aside. One perspective is to see 11 as 11, and Joseph is the 11th son of Jacob. So we speak about the realm of the spirit. This is another possibility. Another one is to take the 11 in the power of 2, and it comes as 121. Yes? Plus 1 is 122, and now to arrange the numbers. We have two digits of 2 and 1 digit of 1. How do we arrange the letters and the numbers? Also, what is the value of Nineveh? Nineveh. What is the value of Nineveh? The great city of Nineveh that symbolizes the whole world. We have 50, 10, and 11. It is 121, Nineveh. So the king at Nineveh, there's mercy. This is another aspect. For Bimsibo at his table. There are infinite entries, infinite gates to take this verse. And I was thinking about the word nirdi, which is like perfume here. Just another example, nirdi. If we write it from right to left, it is Yarden, the Jordan River, Yarden. The same letters in a different order. This is Yarden. So we have here 210, Yarden Rej, and here 54. 54, it is 460, 264. 264 is like what? 26 double 4, which is 104, or 1 to 4. So what is fragrance in this case? 1 to 4, or the hay. Or if we look at Nirdi as Jordan, so the king at his table, in a way he's crossing the Jordan River. He's crossing the manifested into timeless. And there's a good smell coming. Always in the Bible, when we find description of good smell, good fragrance, good scent, it means we are moving from Malchut, from the mechanical, we are moving into, in a way, Yetzirah, creation, or the world of the spirit. We are moving to another dimension. So it is very important for us during the day, each and every one of us in his life, in his spheres, to have a good smell around him or her, that the surrounding will have a good smell. It says something. Yes, please feel free to comment.
It's beautiful because Yarden also means to go down, right?
Yes, yes.
And after we have Natan, that is a gift.
Yes.
Like a present, a gift.
Yes.
And it's interesting as well that gift and present could also be retreated at present, and present is the present moment as well, you know.
Yes.
Yes. And Reihu came to my mind, the Ruach, you know, Ruach of, but just one idea, or my Ruach maybe.
Yes.
it's interesting because we could read this verse now like when I am in unity, when I am in Yehudim or in a congregation with people in a unity, we bring down the spirit and the fragrance of the spirit.
Yes, yes. Also, very good, Fernando, focusing on the word Natan. Natan as a verb. Its value is 500. Natan. So in
Like
five,
like the name Nathan, right?
like the name Nathan. Yes. This is the
Natan.
yes. This is the value of the temple, the dimension of the temple. So in a way, when the king sits at the table, he sits in the temple, and in the temple, everything gives like a good scent, and good scent and good smell is also a symbol to a man, to a human beings, that his good deeds are rising as a good smell in the air or to infinite. In a way, why do the sages speak in this language? Usually the nature of people is to behave like gravity. What does it mean to behave like gravity? They want to pull and to suck everything to their center. Like an apple falls from the tree because there's a law of gravity. Most of the people, they want just to get something from the world to their lives. They're pulling things. But here we speak about people that their deeds is not just to pull energy into their black hole inside, that people go out to the world and all the actions has one aim: to give to the world, to give to people, to give to the community. And this line of action considered to be in the perspective of the sages is to bring up a good smell, because good deeds, they have consequences in the higher realms. It does not manifest immediately, like in the world of economy. People want to get rich very fast. Those things, the good deeds, they are rising like a perfume, very slow in the air, and they have infinite consequences. This is why the Bible says the grace of the Lord is for 1,000 generations.
Right.
Because it's not just 1,000 generations, Aleph is also Aleph. It's a unity. It's a unity. So, in a way, when there's a unity, there is no time. So, the verse speaks about good deeds. That good deeds making the whole world, how do you say, ascend, like good smell. And when there's a good smell, the Spirit of God can rest. This is opposite situation to anger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these good deeds. Weinrib has a specific word that he likes to use, gratuity.
Yes.
And that's a very fascinating word too, to describe it. But he also said, there's a tradition with the holiday that's coming up, Purim, to like one person gives 2 gifts to somebody else, and it's affecting things in a spiritual way. But we said, this is not, if you just do it once a year, you've totally missed the point. This is supposed to be like your attitude in everything every day. To really just be giving gratuitously as you go along. And so, the point is that there's more coming out than what you're pulling in if you're given two gifts, so to speak. But it's coming from the unity. It's coming from the one, and then as it goes out double or whatever like this, that is affecting everything, creation. So yeah, it's just that one word like that, and I brought it to my speech on a Sunday morning, just kind of at the last minute. Everything I prepared to say, and then I brought this to the speech because that very morning you answered my question about it, that word. And lo and behold, after the service, this gal named Holly come to ask me about that one word and wrote it down. And so, there's something in the spirit that does go out. And it's it's coming from one place, it's coming to you, it's going through you, and somebody else in the spirit recognizes that one thing sometimes, that one word. Like you talked about, Eddie, with your experience going into a shop or something, and it was so busy, you're wondering, what am I doing there? And then you caught one word that answered your question, why you were there in the air.
Yes. Yes.
So it's fascinating. It's fascinating how these things work.
Thank you. In a way, this is a very good example, because we believe somehow, all of us, that since we live in the manifested, this is the lower triangle. And nothing really matters here. But something that we don't get is that the upper triangle, which is here, the myth or the dream or the Hebrew or his language and harmony, this is a parallel triangle. And here, the veil or the diagonal we can fold, and those triangles, they are fitting. And the dream operates in the manifested. When we fold it, the dream is in a way activating the manifest. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's a profound thing. Go ahead. Somebody else is going to talk.
I was just gonna say, I was driving home this morning to get to class, and I was just thinking how much my thoughts affect my life, and how thoughts like kind of change your world. And so when you were talking about the zenith, Jeff, then it was making me think about the things that we talk about in class.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow are in my life as well, going out and during the day, then I see them happening almost like inside a class. We're creating things that's going to happen outside of class. And so being in class is kind of like being in the dream, and then we go outside of class and it starts to manifest itself. I find it really fascinating as well.
For sure. Yeah.
It is, thank you, Jill, it's when the dream becomes bread, because both of them has the same value. So being in class is like a dream. When we go out, this is our daily bread, and we live. This is a beautiful way to live life. It's also, this is the only way in a way to live life. Otherwise, people just live mechanically.
Yes, I agree. It's pretty awesome.
It's encouraging, the creativity of the dream to manifest in the world is a very encouraging thing. It means that The world isn't concrete. It's not. The laws of the world aren't irrevocable or set, or that you're stuck or you're enslaved by the circumstances at all. It's a matter of allowing God's word to speak to your heart, and then it begins to manifest, like you've been saying.
Thank you. Daniel.
Is there any more you wanted to say about the fragrance, Eddie?
Just Daniel wrote, Osborne wrote a sentence on YouTube earlier this week. I come across this verse for the first time, and the words impacted me. This is what he says.
Oh yeah, I see that. That's nice.
Yes. It is very important for us to have like good smell. I mean, really, to be in a surrounding which has good smell. Even at home, there are like sticks that we put in a little bottle, and they resonate a good smell. It's very important, and remove ourselves from areas or situation which not generate good smell, because in a way we have like two kinds of streams of air inside of us. There's like fresh air and exhausted or exalted air, used air, which we just exhale into the world. So it is very good that the air that we take in has a good impact, because what happens is the way of the smell is to rise up in our nose. Like we once mentioned, that the human face has the structure of the tetragrammaton. The eyes are the yod. I made them too far from each other. The eyes are like the letter yod. The ears are like the letter hey. I will not draw everything. The nose, the two nostrils are like the letter vav. And when we have, or when we smell a very good smell, like very gentle smell, the scent goes up in the nose, through the nostrils, and influence the mind and influence our thoughts. Whenever we smell or we sense a good smell, the course of things is that the smell is rising in the nose, influences the mind, and this is one of the things that the neshama can enjoy. The neshama, the soul, cannot enjoy physical things. The neshama can enjoy non-physical, and the scent is the most deep sense we have, and it's non-physical. It goes through the air which is rising in our nose. And please pay attention to that simple fact that in the corona times, anywhere we were blocked with still, yes, wear mask when you go outside. Our nose were in a way were under a restriction. We could not have a connection to the smell outside.
Yeah.
Because
I wonder what that means.
Yes, because the good deeds were lacking in the world.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Of course.
Yeah. Also, people experience the loss of smell and taste besides.
Yes, the loss, this is a very good example, because the loss of smell testify as, how do you say, testimony on the soul is being far. The soul doesn't want to do anything. This is why people lose their ability to smell. Also, cancer cancer patients cannot smell. They are fully, how do you say, being withdrawn into matter. This is another conversation. I don't want to go into this. But it is very important to have a good smell and to be able to notice different fragrances. It's very good to, in a way, to make little exercise at home, to have like various sources of smell and to move between them and to, how do you say, exercise ourselves in noticing little changes in the air. It means not that we are, when a person can notice a different change in the air, its smell, its quality, it means that his soul is ascending. It's another sphere, because it's another field of navigation. I mean, animals are more sensitive to smells than us.
Yeah.
They can navigate differently in the world. But so we also are, I mean, if we practice, like with music, like with everything else, it's about practice. So it's very, very good to put in the house few locations of good smell. It changes the way we think.
That's a great advice that you're telling us about that. Like you say, animals, you know, like the deer, they are so sensitive to the scent of man. For example, if they're downwind of a man and he's a mile away, they know it. They know he's there. And not just deer, but like you say, animals navigate. They know where another animal or different things have urinated, and they steer clear of those spots too, because they know that there's something living nearby of that particular creature. But yeah, to have the good fragrance, like you say, different things, huh?
Yes.
What are some different things that you like, that you know, that you would put around to smell?
I just noticed.
Some examples.
Yes, thank you for asking. I noticed that in the time of Corona, they took a lot of things that how do you say, air fresheners of many kinds, and there is, like, I'm sure that all over the world it's the same. There's a little how do you say, glass container. I will draw this. I'm sure it's all over the place. A little glass container, something like this. It has some kind of smell. You can choose whatever you like, and it comes with like wooden sticks like this. And when you come home, you remove the cover of this little
Is it
glass.
potpourri?
Again?
Is it potpourri?
Potpourri? What do you mean?
Yeah, like a container with little sticks of different smelling things.
Yes, and you put
Potpourri.
them, when you come home, you put them inside, and their bottom part is touching the perfume water, and the fragrance is like going out. I noticed this because I was writing in 4 o'clock in the morning on Discord. People were asking questions, and I was with a little laptop writing, and suddenly I felt, I mean, my nose felt like a very, very good smell. So, because I was on the sofa and this little container was expressing its good scent, and it is, when I felt it in my nose, I was so happy. I continue writing. It's like a gasoline for a car. You know, but it is very, very important that we move in a way along the day with a good smell, because this is an inner navigation system. The animal, they have it naturally, but we need in a way to update ourselves.
Yeah. I always liked the smell of sage, it's something that the Native Americans treasure, I guess, around here. And if you go to a powwow, there usually be a tent where they're burning sage, and it's like a very peaceful scent. And there's a wild sage. There's a white kind of a sage I learned about last summer. A gal knew about it out near a town in the Meadows, and they're trying to respect it, not overpick it and stuff, because it's very sacred to the Native Americans, this white sage. I never knew it existed. But we made a bundle of sage last fall, and there is something very uplifting and spiritually therapeutic. And now that you talk about it, Eddie, it makes a lot more depth and sense about this. So thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much. Another comment. Thank you, Victoria, for your writings here on YouTube. Such an interesting topic, Victoria says. I always was obsessed with perfume and collected them like crazy. There's something special about it, yes. And here we see on the whiteboard a tower. Yes, a tower of perfume. Usually people use it in the Hebrew communities on Saturday night. Here we see the tower. It's from silver.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People use it to distinguish the movement from Saturday night, because in the Hebrew tradition there are 6 days. There's the seventh day. The seventh day is evening, Saturday night, and then there's a moving to the 6th again. So every Saturday night, when the evening comes, there's people sitting next to the table, and there's like a little ceremony in which people say goodbye, a farewell to the Shabbat, to the resting day, and because the next morning people go to work on Sunday, so they say farewell, goodbye to the Shabbat, but in order that they will not be sad, that they will return to the 6 days of work, and they will remember the 7th day in which the soul is resting, people are usually having next to the table this tower of good smell, of perfume, and we smell it. And we smell it in Saturday night, that the soul will smell the good smell, and always remember that the 7 as a perspective exists, the 7 realm in which the soul is existing. This ceremony that the Hebrew used to and still make every Saturday night, by the way, Saturday night show, it's interesting also, is this ceremony is called Havdalah. Havdalah is to make a distinction, Havdalah, distinction between the holiness of the soul, Havdalah, distinction, every Saturday night, distinction between the 7, the realm of the 7, the realm of in which the soul is resting, and the 6 days of the week. Havdalah. Havdalah.
Is that what the word means? Distinction?
Distinction.
Havdalah?
Havdalah, to distinct, yes, the 7th day from the 6 days of work.
What's the value of Havdalah?
Let's do it. Let's do it. This is 5. This is 5. Here we have 6, and here we have 30. So this is 46. Check me, Rodrigo. Is it 46? Hello? Do we have friends here? Hello?
Yes, it's 46. Yes, I'm here. It's 46.
It is 46. It is 46.
Thank you, Rodrigo.
Yes. Havdalah, this is interesting because 4 double 6 is 24. And what we lack for the 20. We lack the 1 for the 25, because the root of 25 is 5 for the temple. You see, Jeff? And I hope that Michelle also can follow the process. Jeff was asking about the word Havdalah. Havdalah appears here. Havdalah appears here. Havdalah. Its value is 46. We took the pure digits 4 and 6. We doubled the 4 and 6. We got 24. We lack 1 for 25 because the root of 25 is 5. Here it is. And we have it also the diagonal of Pythagoras. So in Havdalah we're saying hello to the temple. Hello, temple. That we shall remember the temple. We smell next to the table a good smell. Because we're going to forget. Usually when we are the 6th day, usually when people leave the Shabbat table, the Saturday night table, the next morning they go to work, we forget. Everybody runs to, So remember, this is like a ceremony of remember the soul, remember. Also, yes?
Go ahead.
Also the letters, if I take the hey in the front and at the end, I left with the 3 stem letters, root letters, levad. It means alone. In a way, we are moving from the Garden of Eden. The Shabbat is like, the Wednesday is like the Garden of Eden or the completion of the temple. And we are moving from the unity to live alone outside of the garden. And there's a ceremony that informs us that we're moving, we're going to leave the Garden of Eden and live outside the garden. This is also a perspective about it.
So you're remembering the temple, but then you're
minus unity.
Yeah. The description of the spice container says that it has a rose in it.
Yes.
So we're talking about fragrance a lot, and it reminds us of flowers and how beautiful their fragrance is, the different ones, and all of that. So it's so appropriate to have a rose pictured in that spice container.
It is in different communities and different ethnicities and different tradition. Each one has his own preferences about smell. Everybody can take whatever he feels or she feels is good for them. But in general, everything that rises smell, rises the importance of the soul, because the soul enjoys only the smell. The soul does not enjoy, and we were speaking, if you have 2 more minutes. If you
For
have,
sure. Please.
We were speaking about 5 elements, or that we have different levels or faculties inside of us, or different bonds in which the neshama is connected to the body. And we were saying there's nefesh, the pen was moving. Nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, and yechida. Yechida is the unit or the crown here. Crown. Nefesh is the lowest part in the liver. Ruach is the spirit in the heart. Soul in the mind. And this is a communication, the animated between the mind and the crown infinity. This is in a way wisdom. It's like a spark, how do you say, a spark that comes from the infinite, moves here through wisdom and connect to our mind. This is a spark. When we eating, We need to eat. The lower faculties inside of us enjoy. They need it. The nefesh part. We need to eat. We need to drink. So what enjoys in us is the nefesh part, so to speak, the liver, the tree of knowledge, we can call it. But in a way, when we have a good smell and the good smell rises in the nose and move to the mind, to the neshama, from the good smell, the neshama enjoy. A higher faculty inside of us enjoys and is motivated.
Yeah, good smelling food does that, doesn't it? That's what you're saying, that blesses the soul. The fragrance of the food.
No. I'm saying no. I'm saying that a lower faculty inside of us, the lower faculty,
right,
enjoys like animals enjoys food. This is to maintain the body. To maintain the body, we need to eat. So a lower faculty, because people, not just that we eat because we are hungry, because if we are really hungry, it's a kind of pain. So we want to stop the pain. So we eat.
Right.
Like babies, why do they cry? It's painful to be hungry. To have a lack, it's painful. They cry and they get something to eat. But when we eat, a lower faculty, the body enjoys the eating, or the body stops the pain.
Right.
So we have peace from space and time, from this pain. But to enjoy, to cause the soul enjoy, this is something else completely. The soul enjoys different realms than the body.
Right. I just thought that the good fragrance of the food, since it rises in your nose and everything, was the part that the soul was blessed with.
It is also
like any other good fragrance.
Yes. If we move next to a bakery and we sense how do you say, the smell of the baked bread, so immediately we are withdrawn to the smell. So we go next to it and we buy something because the smell is just amazing. We stop because of the smell. So this is in a way, and then we rest, and then we drink something next to it, and then sometimes it opens, because when we eat bread and we drink something, we are open and we can speak and say the word when we break the bread, and the word that we speak when we break the bread is the word that goes to the world, manifested. This is one thing. But to smell a perfume, when we smell a perfume, the body, which is limited in space and time, does not enjoy it. A higher faculty enjoys it. And this is the soul, which is located in the mind.
Okay, so like a perfume or something, which doesn't involve something you could eat.
Yes.
Like an oil, like a incense oil or something.
Yes.
That's different.
Yes, that's different.
Because only the soul can actually appreciate it.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good distinction, a good Havilah.
Yes. Of course, it's recommended to eat good food that smells good, because but there are different faculties inside of us. And what we are trying to do is always to ascend, because the law of the matter is to pull us down to gravity.
Yeah. I appreciate that distinction that you just made. That's an important one.
You're welcome.
For sure.
You're welcome.
Just one quick other thing you made me think of, that with trees, my personal favorite tree for the smell, for the wood, is what we have a lot of around here, these cedar trees, and they have a purplish colored wood when you split them.
Mm-hmm.
And the fragrance from that wood is unlike any other tree around here. And it's just, it's amazing to smell that fragrance. And to me, that would be something too that you don't eat the wood, so
Yes.
so that fragrance blesses the soul. I know it blesses my soul
You see?
immensely.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Eti,
Yes.
before we close the session, since you mentioned the word Havdalah, the
Yes.
ceremony,
Yes.
I believe that the meaning of this word is like a separation, distinction, or something like that.
Yes.
I just remember the rakia, the firmament. I don't
Yes.
know. You don't need to answer right now, but I don't know if there is any relation between the Havdalah, this kind of separation, and the firmament, the rakia, that separates the waters from above, the waters from below. I don't
Here.
know if there is
Yes.
any kind.
This is the rakia. This is the firmament that separates. In a way, the Havdalah is like a firmament that separates. Yes, this is it. This is the rakia that separates the water under the firmament and the water. Yes. Yeah. The Havdalah separates. Yes. It's because also when we read in Genesis, the firmament is like makes a distinction. But the firmament is inside of us. Yes. It's very good comment. Very good one.
And Daniel Osborne makes a good question. Is it always literal fragrance the soul responds to, but also good thought and action?
Yes. Not just literal. Yes. Good thought. Yes. Good thought is also and good. Yes. And followed by action. Yes. Yes. Yes, Daniel. Positive.
If I may, just one comment.
Yes.
That it's interesting. The sense of the smell.
Yes.
Makes us remember when you feel some smell. You access really old memories.
Yes. Yes.
It's sometimes it's feel that we are connected to some memory of our deep childhood.
Yes.
And I was remembering about this Zahar, that is the soul, is like we feel this smell, we access the neshama, because it's like the remember, the memory,
Yes.
It's very deep. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, it's very good, your comment. Thank you, Felipe. And thank you, Daniel, about your comment on YouTube. The sense of smell is considered to be Zahar, male. Not a biological, but the one who remembers. And when we smell certain smells, the soul can infinitely remember, and not just occasions or events or moment from our time life, since we were born in this lifetime. The soul can remember ancient can track things in time, meaning once we smell things, the soul is sending us signals, and via the smell, when we smell something, also sometimes a picture appears, maybe from our past in our current time here, and sometimes certain smells brings in a picture from other continents from other lifetimes of ourselves or other times of humans who lived on this planet. Michelle is writing. Yes, yes.
Mordecai is related to myrrh.
Yes.
Marmar.
Yes.
Myrrh.
Mordechai is related to Mor. Mor is a good smell. This is also the beginning of.
It's the first of the 5 spices in the temple.
Yes, it's also the
Anointing.
beginning. Thank you, Jeff. It's also the beginning of Moriah, the Mount Moriah. Moriah. It's a good anointing. Oh, yes. It's the beginning of Mordechai as well. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And Michelle is writing, in Japanese culture, the doctors will give a patient a prescription for forest bathing to help with health and wellness. This still happens. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Yes. When we go through when we go through a forest that there's a good smell here on the Carmel Mountain, there are pines, and when you move through the pines, specifically in the summer, when their fruit is like strobel is dry, you move through the smell, everything is changes. Our thoughts, the air that we inhale, everything like moves away, and we are charged with a new battery. It's very important. And then you mentioned Jeff, the Seder. Seder in Hebrew is Erez, the Seder of Lebanon, Erez. And you say when you feel it, you like feel the Aleph, because Erez is not just Seder, it's also Aleph, unity. The one is Raz. Raz is secret. So unity, or the one, is secret. This is what it means, Seder, in Hebrew.
Secret?
Secret.
Cedar means secret in Hebrew?
Yes.
Wow.
The unity is secret. Yes, the unity or the one is secret. This is why they speak about the Seder of Lebanon, not just as botanical tree, but
right, like Lebanon.
Yes, very good, Jeff, very good.
White.
Yes, very good. So it's very good to have in the bathroom. Everybody chooses any soap that he likes, and in the living room, wherever we go, it's just hand cream for the ladies. It's very good for the surrounding, and also what Daniel was writing, not just as literal, but also good thoughts and good deeds. And the good smells, they influence our memory, our ancient memories, not just from our lifetime here, but before we arrived here. Like Jill reads in the book of The Amazing Scroll of Esther, and Weinreb speaks about it a lot. Before the child is born, what kind of experience we have, or the soul has. And when we have the sense of a good smell, the neshama goes in a way to this infinity, brings all kinds of, I would not say bounty, but treasures, and she charges our mind, our heart with good things. So it's very, very important, very, very important. Not to mention that it's like an armor of and protection from the world, what is coming outside. It's just a mental armor, like good memories, good thoughts, good heart. It's a positive charge.
Yeah, I would say it counteracts, some of the pollution that our ears capture. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
From the airwaves.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Yes. It's very
When you had mentioned...
Yes, Jill?
I'm sorry, when you had mentioned the Havdalah,
Yes.
and you took the words out of the middle that said alone, and
Yeah.
it kind of reminded me of like the process of the neshama, because you say you forget as soon as you go into as soon as you leave the hay,
Yes.
then you become alone, and then you completely forget. And
Yes.
so if you're alone in that time space, and you have the fragrance around you, then you can kind of, there's something there, but you just can't, you may not be able to express it, but it's there. It helps.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
not feel so alone.
Yes. Yes. It's yeah, very good, Jill. It resonates that there is something there and we're not alone. Because it in a way bypasses. It comes through the nose to the mind. It bypasses everything. And it's like testimony. This is very interesting. It's like a testimony that there's something there. And we are not alone.
It gives you hope.
It's like living testimony that we are not alone, though the body, the sense of the body that we have, always sends signals that we are alone. Always. Mm-hmm. This is the deception. This is the deception speech of the serpent inside of us.
Yeah.
This is it. Thank you so much, dear Jeff, Rodrigo, Fernando, Felipe, Victoria, Michelle, Danielle. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was an amazing class. I learned a lot today.
Thank you so much. And I wish you very, very good weekend and Shabbat Shalom. And we shall see how we shall progress, because we said we shall take a few days off. I'm not so sure because things are happening on Discord, so we shall stay in connection via Discord, via Twitter, and we shall see what we're gonna do. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom,
Thank
shalom.
you. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom.